Okay, that's a vertex in my bow press, obviously, and I have the specialty archery pro draw engaged here. So the first thing you saw was, of course, the draw stops hitting the cables basically perfect. So, of course, you can use a draw board to do that, but this with the specialty archery is gear driven. You can micro tune it, and I'll show that. You don't go click, click, click. I'll move it up and down here. So again, it's going up and down, so I can just really minorly, if that's a word, micro tune it to really check that draw specifically. So that's key to get that timing near perfect, of course. A draw board works well, but when you have um, a boat type winch that goes, that does the click, 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 you can't go specifically in between that. So again, I'll show this, and I'm gonna adjust this back and forth, and you'll see the draw mods with the cam move very precisely. Now I'm gonna go, okay. So I'm going back, so I can move, so I can, so to speak, bounce it or move it back and forth to really check that timing. And especially when you put um, a drop away rest set is connected to your cable, that does affect the timing. So of course you have to do it after you have it totally installed, and I'll show that. And yes, I do use a QAD cord clamp with an HHA rest, simply because I find the QAD cord clamp to clamp the very best, and I put some Loctite on that. And of course this one is attached with Matthews. It is attached over the serving, so some cord clamps do not do that very well. So that's my little short video of the Pro Draw, and needless to say, at Hunter's Choice Archery, you get that when you buy a new bow, and before it goes out the door, this customer, he asked me to tune it, even though paper tune it before he leaves with it. But the best thing is to shoot the bow, at least 100, 200 times is the best. Some will say 50 with great cables. However, why not just get a 50 more? It's broken in better. And then, of course, when you buy a bow here, you can bring your bow back after a few hundred shots, more the better. And I do a quick check with the timing in the Pro Draw, and an overall check, of course. And then I do shoot the bow through paper, and that, of course, is free. You don't have to pay for that. So I do have a one here with the red circle around it. That is basically a perfect shot bullet hole, and that was shout out to a good customer, Scott Schwab, and that was a perfect bullet hole. And there's some that argue that is not necessary. That's quite ridiculous. You have to shoot the bow through paper to see how it is flying. Whether you want to adjust from there or not, it actually can show you if there's something physically wrong with the bow, not just in terms of timing or the rest clearance, etc. Besides all that, I've seen where a bow was actually tweaked. The riser was tweaked. I don't know where it was, but they fixed it. This was many years ago. And it was shipped back, and I reset it up and shot perfect right off the bat. So the bow was actually tweaked. The riser was tweaked. So how do you know that without shooting through paper? And I've been using paper tuning for well over 25 years. Arrowhead Archery in Green Bay, Wisconsin first got me on paper tuning. So I've had experience with this and doing it for well over 20 years, and I can't imagine going in the woods without having my bow paper tuned to see if the arrow is flying hopefully perfect. simply because a straighter flying arrow is going to penetrate better. Besides the accuracy and point of impact, it will penetrate better. That only makes sense. Okay, thank you.